Hey guys, what is up? It's Juicer97 here, and I'm back again doing another video. And this is a narrated Pokemon topic. It's just that this Pokemon has been dominating and been destroying a lot of Pokemon, and it's just unbreakable. Yep, it's Mama Kanga. It's Mega Kanga's Con. I have to tell you some things about people. When you talk about Ubers and all that stuff, if you checked out my other video about Ubers and such, this Pokemon discriminates this tier and name of Ubers. It's not legendary, but my gosh, once its thing is, it got something called parental bond, and parental bond is really annoying. What it does is after Mega Kangaskhan, after the big Kangaskhan has attacked that baby Mega Kangaskhan, that thing below, yeah, that thing does half damage. And if you got some power up punches, that thing become a real problem. And I see many ways of trying to bring it down. Paralyze it, burn it, and all that stuff. But if it's a facade king, my goodness, you got a problem. This thing destroys teams. I don't know. This is really destructive. I really just rage quit when I see Mega Kangaskhan. But the only time I did not was like, I'm like, screw it. If I rage quit here because it's some person, I'm sorry to you people. You use and abuse Mega Kangaskhan. There's no way of saying that. To use it, you just simply use it. And abusing it is that you use it so frequently, it's so not funny. Because it's like you're going to win. Regardless. Like on Battle Spot, there's no tiers, there's no rules. Uh, Whatever you bring in goes into Battle Spot. While for Showdown, this thing is banned, and the only tier you can play Mama King is Ubers. That's it. But this thing, I hate it a lot to death. I will never. I don't know. It's just that you might be BSing and ranting in the comments below. It's not hard to beat it. Yeah, I've seen this thing on Shady Penguin's channel. There's so many floating around in doubles, and my goodness, I have faced some in singles. Do you know how hard it is to take down a Mega Kangaskhan without a Pokemon dying? Without one of your Pokemon dying right in front of you? If that Pokemon has a status condition, oh, my Talonflame has Will-O-Wisp. Oh, wait, my Roaring Watch got Thunder Wave or Will-O-Wisp as well. And one of those guys gotta burn it. One of those guys gotta burn it, or that Roaring has to paralyze it. Because you gotta shut down Mega Kangaskhan before it gets destructive. Because again, it's like Mega Mawile, but it's like Mega Mawile just needs a Sword Stance and Sucker Punch. Scary thing about Mega Kangaskhan, it can hit like Mega Mawile Sucker Punch, but it's a little bit different because Mega Mawile gets Huge Power Sucker Punch, while Kang gets a Sucker Punch that hits twice. And if you got two Power Punches, that's a knockout instantly, as long as it doesn't resist it. Uh, yeah, the thing is, it's so destructive. I'm not playing around. If you're running return, then you catch yourself a break. If it's running facade, oh my gosh, you're like, wow, you guys are gonna be like, what? You're gonna be like, you're just gonna be like a drop dead face when that thing said facade, because facade is not any normal type to take in lightly. Plus along, since Facade is a normal type move, and with the stab, it's a 70 base power move. Plus the stab, this Mega Kangaskhan is a normal type. This any stats condition it gains will only make Facade stronger, and it's ridiculous. Here's how you do it. If they burn you and you have running Facade, then use Facade and knock them out. If you got two power up punches, you're good to go. And all you had to do is just like Mega Mobile, hide behind the Sucker Punch and knock them out. Oh my gosh. Of course, if you want to talk about defensive walls like Skarmory, Ferrothorn and Fortress, they pretty much will fall. Like, Skarmory will fall to a Mega Kangaskhan. Like, Skarmory will probably laugh at it, but once this thing gets some more power punches, Skarmory is going to be gone and obliterated. Ferrothorn doesn't want to take power punches, and since Steel got nerfed, and this gen is dark and ghost hits it neutrally, now Sucker Punch is going to do even more damage to Ferrothorn, even though with iron barbs and a rocky helmet, but still, Ferrothorn is going to take a wall up. And Fortress, maybe, but still, same thing with the both of them. If they take a couple hits, they're going. Your Fortress is going down, Skarmory's going down, and Ferrothorn's going down. This ain't a great team. Now, the only Pokemon I see that can possibly beat it is now. Let me see here. The only one I calculated down that can only beat it is pretty much Dark and Dark Ghost type, and that's just pretty much Sableye and Spiritomb. That's it. That's the only Pokemon that can break it down. Since it since it resists, since they are immune to normal and fighting type attacks, and Sucker Punch only does one time. It's like one time super. No, only does normal damage. Just do normal damage to it. Right? So, but you still need to watch out. Watch out if you're using your Sableye before a Pokemon was fighting Mega Kangaskhan, because if you get a power up punch, if you can like send in your Sableye or your Spiritomb in, then you're fine to go against it. But leaving your Pokemon, for instance, like let me see here, Azumarill. If you let your Azumarill in to fight Mega Kangaskhan, this thing got two Sucker Punches up. Though it resisted, it's going to get stronger, and you don't want a Mega Kangaskhan power up punching, setting up, and getting ready to sweep your team. And then if your Azumarill is down to a facade, then the next thing is your Sableye. Now Sableye is going to probably get pounded by a Sucker Punch. But that's not going to really happen because Sableye has Prankster, and Prankster Will-O-Wisp can stop it now. Yeah. Pretty much they stop it. And yeah, it's pretty hard to take this guy down. I think Mega Mobile and Klefki can take it down, but I don't know. Like Thunder Wave, like if you Thunder Wave it, that's good. You know, it's slow as molasses. Like in my opinion, I did Thunder Wave Mega Kangaskhan. Now the only move you have to really rely, if you get paralyzed too much, the only thing your opponent has to rely on is pretty much a Sucker Punch. If they can't break through out of paralysis, that's even more damage. Now, when Mega Kangaskhan Mega evolves, all of its base stat totals gets a buff. Its HP becomes like 100, and all of its other stats becomes ridiculous, which is just absolutely ridiculous. All its HP gets buffed, and all his attack stat gets buffed, speed gets buffed, and that's just really, really ridiculous. And also his defenses get buffed. Now, besides defensive Pokemon like Spiritomb and Sableye to stop it, what about fighting type Pokemon? Well, Mega Kangaskhan is weak to it since normal type does have a weakness to fighting. But, again, any boosted power punches it gets can help out Sucker Punch do way more damage. Even the best fighting types that can try to beat it can't really seem to do so. You might think Conkeldurr is probably good. While it is, I don't know. It could probably live a couple and retaliate with a Drain Punch and kill it. But yeah, let me see here. Any other Pokemon? Infernape. Infernape is faster, just naturally faster than Cabeated. But still, Infernape is frail, and as no joke, it could probably go down to a sucker punch. As long as you could, I don't know. It's just probably hope to gosh your infinite lives it, and you can go for the close combat mock punch, unless sucker punch has like a bigger priority. I think sucker punch does have a bigger priority in mock punch. I think it is, or there's the same thing, but I don't know. I think sucker punch has more priority than mock punch. I think, or it's the opposite way around. But if you know, it's sucker punch has more priority than mock punch because I know their priority moves. But besides that, any other Pokemon there from them that could probably bring it down? Well, Terrakion can be a good Pokemon to go against it, but Mega Kangaskhan can still power punch it and knock it out clean. Knock it out clean. As long as the Pokemon that got knocked out got power punch a couple times, and that's it. I'll tell you what. Why this thing is banned? It's too overpowered. It breaks the game. That's it. That's it. There is no. I'm sorry. I am simple in my own way, and I am not simple-minded. But this Pokemon is so simple yet easy to use. It's not even funny. First thing you do is use Fake Out. Oh, I forgot about Fake Out. Fake Out does way too much. You're going to get flinch on the first one. Then the next one's going to hit, so you have more damage, and then you get flinch. And then all you can do is either Power Punch to set up, or you can Sucker Punch and probably win you the game if that's your last Pokemon. That thing is too powerful. All you have to do is Fake Out first, Power Punch, and finish it off. Finish it off, and hide behind Sucker Punch. Use Facade or hide behind Sucker Punch all day and keep Sucker Punching them down. But the thing is about Sucker Punch is you got to know when they're going to attack you. You got to know when they're going to attack you or not. Well, that's easy for Mega Kangaskhan. This Pokemon is so simple to use. It's not funny. I never used it before, but just from acknowledgement and from my logics, it's so simple and easy to use. It's not funny. I have seen many PokeTubers, a lot of YouTubers battle against this thing and lose. It's not funny. I don't understand people using and abusing this thing. If you have a thing or opinion about this guy, I don't know. People say Gyarados. Let me see. The only offensive Pokemon that could probably take it out is a fighting type Pokemon or a Pokemon with Intimidate. But besides that, they're still going down. I'm like, screw it. This thing is too destructive. I don't like the face of it. I don't like his face. I'm gonna try to avoid one of these thinking Pokemon. If I ever see in a Ubers battle, I don't play Ubers, but if I decide to get into that mood, like, hey, let's play some Ubers. And I see one of these guys. I'm like, okay, I'm going to get destroyed, and this is not fun. And when people saw this Mega Evolution, they weren't really proud. They weren't really all that hyped for this Pokemon. But when they saw what this thing can do in Wi-Fi battle, people were like stoked up for this thing. Oh my god. When I saw Mega Kangaskhan, I thought it was an underrated Mega. Nope. This thing is, like, when I say Mega Kangaskhan, most of the teams I face don't really have Mega Kangaskhan's, but a good proportion of Pokemon that you might face in your battle spot will have a Mega Kangaskhan. Like, a good 25, or I'm just making I'm just trying to make a thinkable, logical thing about maybe a good 25, maybe a good 35, somewhere around that range. A team might have a Mega Kangaskhan for later on. It's not fun to find another battle when you lost a Mega Kangaskhan and you have to go against another one. It's not fun. I just rage quit when I see one. Hey, that's a reason. And I have my reasons. You use something. Okay. Tell me this. You use something that going to destroy teams, going to wreck things, all day long. This thing is destructive. I don't care if you have more priority than it. As long as it gets sucker punch, as long as it get a power punch or more, its facade and sucker punch is going to hurt really bad. And this thing can destroy you. Ugh. Oh my gosh, it's not even funny. Like, facade is absolutely painful. Burn, poison, and like paralysis even can still do a lot of damage. And still that, there's only things that can just go down to it. Let me see here. This Pokemon, if you do decide to use it, like, for instance, I have a Blissey. Yeah, don't never, in my opinion, if you have a chance to use a Blissey or a Mammoth, don't leave it in there against it because it will die. It's like they're like a punching bag to it. Like all it does is its power punch and try to knock it down. And if they pack a facade, it's gonna hurt them. Now this thing is basically a premier anti-physical attacker that can wear down any attackers in the game, and it's really not funny. It's really, really hard and annoying to bring it down. Like, it's so stupid. But, the thing is, this thing can be a Pokemon that they send out early in the game and make you pissed off. If they send it in late, you're like, okay, that was just BS. Because, be honest, if they use their other two Pokemon to wear down to your Pokemon, they can bring Mama Kanga and finish your team. Or they can, or they send it out early. You're like, okay, this is not good. I need to figure something out. And yeah. Lastly, like the only Pokemon that has more priority is it's pretty much Talonflame. Talonflame can like have like more priority than, but if they're going to go for fake out, then go ahead and go for a fake out. Go for fake out. You know, if they're going to go for a fake out, then make a switch. You know, if you're leading off with Talonflame, because I'm sorry, if I had to bring my Talonflame, just in case this thing because all of his moves, like two of his moves are priority. You know, Fake Out is stat priority and Sucker Punch is priority. If you have a Pokemon with priority, it's going to go first and it's going to do damage. You want, in my opinion, you need some damage off of this thing. You need damage off of Mama Kangaskhan. That is just how it's done. Because Mama Kangaskhan is too destructive. It's too destructive. I don't care who you are. You're going to go down as long if you have a counter for it. Like the only Pokemon that can bring it again is Sableye. Sableye is a good one. Spiritom's a good one. Talonflame can be it, but when you're using your Talonflame, make a sub. If you have a ghost, if you have a Sableye or any ghost type Pokemon, sub that Pokemon in and take it out, and then go ahead and go for the and go ahead for Talonflame. And this thing is by the way, they're packing a Ferrothorn with Mega Kangaskhan. This is really risky. I really was about to lose my Talonflame, no joke. I will. This person went out to like a Ferrothorn, and I was like, okay, I'm gonna Flare Blitz you and kill you and such. You know, predicting me to go. I think my Source hits. Didn't I Flare Blitz him? And then she was gonna go back out to Mama Kanga, and I was like, I'm too smart for this play. Well, I'm just giving you my background information because Ferrothorn can pretty much wear down with a Rocky Helmet, Flare Blitz, Rocky Helmet, and Iron Barb. Anyone? That's too much recoil damage. Plus, Mega King's gonna try and fake me out. I knew that, girl. I'm sorry, like, girl, that is too dang obvious. I know what you're gonna do. I went out to a different Pokemon, and now like, ha, you can't even put me back. And I let my Rotom in. I went for a Thunder Wave, trying to shut down this thing's offense, and go ahead and get some damage off. This thing got paralyzed a couple times, and by the time my Rotom went down, finally I went back out to Talonflame. It can't fake me out because you can only fake out a Pokemon like what, once, and that's it. And then I Brave Bird, then this thing just instantly died. Died. Oh my gosh! And the last Pokemon she had was like an Azumarill. Azumarill took some massive Brave Bird damage, and I was like 5 HP. She went for play rough, and I was about to win the match, and she rage quit. People, she rage quit because her Mega Kangaskhan went down. Well, guess what? Mega Kangaskhan, if you think you're gonna beat me, there's the thing is, I don't know. It is a game about how you can play the game out because in Battle Spot and singles you can only bring 3 Pokemon. How like well then if you're expecting to beat me with it, sometimes okay, each Pokemon is hard to bring down. There's like only there's hard ways to bring down a Mega Kangaskhan. I'm like Smogon say that a Pokemon Zuber is just how it can easily get sweets and all that stuff. I think it was on their website, but it's hard to bring it down. It's hard to bring down. I see why many people uh, either just like yell in their face, yell at their because this Pokemon absolutely destroys team. Like, let me see. Yeah, I said stabilize spirits and Talonflame. As long as they don't go, as long as you switch them out, switch your Talonflame out, and because now I can only fake out like one Pokemon, go out to Talonflame again, Brave Bird to death, Brave Bird to submission, and lastly, like Conkeldurr is probably the most bulky. Yeah, Conkeldurr is probably one of the bulkier fighting type Pokemon in the game that can break this thing down. And that's it. If you're not running those guys, you got a problem. If you're not running any priority, anything, any prankster Pokemon, any Pokemon to try to bring it down, yeah, that thing right there is gonna have you're gonna have a hard problem taking that thing down. It's ridiculous. It's very, very ridiculous. And honestly, Mega Kangas, I gotta give respect when respect is due. But this people is like, it was a different. My gosh, when people use and abuse, when I mean use and abuse, you use it so often that you're going to win. And I already know for people who use this thing, he's going to win. If you, oh my gosh, you're going to win regardless. Which really pisses, it doesn't piss me off, but it really ticks me a little bit that you're going, whenever you use a Pokemon like that has hardly any, had hardly to only a couple counters to it that you probably hardly have any access to. It's very hard. It's very annoying to take down. And using again, this thing can get tweaks easily. So I don't want this video to go any longer. It's been like a good 23 minutes ish. So I'm sorry for ranting. I'm sorry for chatting, but I'm giving my opinion to all those people who use Mega Kangaskhan. But if you want to put bleeps and all that other stuff, people, this is just my opinion. If you want to bleep about my videos, then by all means. This is just my saying. I'm giving my personal opinions. I see many You want to say why? I watch so many PokeTubers, and I want so many PokeTubers and YouTubers who play Pokemon X and Y or Showdown, and they'll give you their perspective on how difficult it is to bring it down and how it breaks the game. It's so difficult to bring down that it is not funny. So, yeah, like, comment, favorite, subscribe, and if you have a comment about Mega Kangaskhan on how difficult it is to bring down, or you have any suggestions that you think you can help me out, because I'm still trying to figure out who can bring it, because right now, most of the physical tanks in the game can't really take any hit from it. And toxic is worse, burning is bad, and paralyzing it is bad. As long and then running return are fine, but facade's a different problem. Because facade, oh my gosh, I said earlier, it does way too much damage as long as they got a status condition. That's why it's banned. That's why this thing's banned, and I see why it's banned. Banned, destroys team, and absolutely wrecks them and breaks the game. So, again, as I said previously, I'm sorry for ranting. I'm sorry for sounding like a complete rantment, but this is just my opinion on why this guy breaks teams. He breaks teams. She breaks teams so many times. Oh my gosh. I'm not so sure if I want to go against a Mega Kangaskhan right now. So again, leave your feedback. If how you approach Mega Kangaskhan. In my opinion, like because this thing has hard to no counters to it, since many physical walls suffers from it. So like, comment, favorite, subscribe, and I'll catch y'all next time. Peace.